All right, we're going to do a quick walk around on this 1946 John Deere B long hood with the electric package on it. I'm going to put this up on eBay today. It's around June 27th to 28th, I think it is, of 2017. And so really quickly, this is the long hood, as they call it. It has the starter package on it. So right here, it's supposed to have some sheet metal on the sides and over the top covering the battery. I have a brand new reproduction set. I'm going to include them with the tractor. I'll even include the battery on this one. The battery's getting weak, so it's enough to start the tractor though. Starter was rebuilt, so that's doing good. It's missing the shroud around the starter or around the flywheel. It's going to need one of those, and you can buy those on eBay all over the place. We pulled the engine apart, bored the cylinder, not bored, just honed the cylinders out. They were in pretty decent shape. They mic'd out to a good spec. They're within tolerance. And there was not much wear on them. There was like some pitting up near the top where the pistons don't ride, but other than that, they're pretty good. The pistons were good. We put a brand new set of rings on it. Got those from I got some parts from Gen Sales and some from Steiner tractors. So new piston rings. The bearings were good. We pulled a couple shims out, very thin shims, but they're right in spec, and they're nice. The bearings were good shape. The head, did the valves in the head, cleaned everything up, poured some acetone in the top of the cylinders there with the valves, all set up and laying on the bench, and nothing leaked past the valves, so the valves are nice and tight now. Obviously everything is painted greener. We cleaned up, blasted some of the stuff, and put a minor kit in the carburetor, just seals and stuff. The water tubes, clean those up. The top one, I don't know if you can see that in there or not, but that's all painted up too. What else? The exhaust pipe, obviously you can see the air stacks been blasted. It's pitted. The tractor's been out. It's pitted. If somebody wants to do you can see up close there. You want to, do a nice filler primer and get them all pretty, or you can even buy new air stacks. You can do that. Has a brand new exhaust pipe on here. If you can see that or not, it still has a label on it. Brand new exhaust pipe. Manifold was shot. I found one on eBay, an original gas manifold. This is actually a dual fuel tractor. It had the big tank was for the distillate and the small tank was for the gasoline. The small tank has a hole in it. I have a spare one. I can throw that in with the tractor. That's no big deal. Like I said, I have the sheet metal to cover the battery. The air stack here, the breather stack, again has some pitting in it, but I just blasted it quick and then painted it. And this is obviously where you take these off and fill your oil for the crank. So it's got all new oil in the crankcase. The differential, we drained that. It was just all kinds of crappy, old gear oil. That's going to need to be cleaned out. I'm not going to redo that. Best thing to do is put some diesel fuel in there, run it around for a couple days. No strain, no stress on it, obviously. Just run around for a couple days, drain it, and then put some nice new gear oil in it. What else do we got? So there's one new valve I had to buy for the engine. One was gone. It was too thin, so I bought one new intake valve. It has the generator on here. The generator is not hooked up. It's not working, but it does turn over. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is turning over. It is free. Okay, and it has the belt, the pulley right up here on the fan for the belt that goes to the generator. Like I said, this was the electric start package. Okay, so I think I put new points and condenser in the mag, and that's giving a good spark. It does have a chunk out of the mag up here, out of the cap, not the mag, just the cap. So it will need a new cap. Needs some new wires. Has new plugs in it. All right. I don't have the lights or anything hooked up. I've got just a ton of these things. I'm just trying to thin out the herd here. Just too many. But she runs good now. Let's see, the tires are pretty good shape. They're really meaty. They do have some weather checking in them here. I don't know if you can see that or not in the video, but very minimal weather checking. Both of them are about the same. There's the other side over there, if you can see that. Sorry, the sun's kind of in a odd place here today. It's got the cast, let me go around the other side. It's got the cast centers on this tractor. All right, the big heavy cast centers. And then you got the rims that are bolted to the centers, okay? And there's your adjustable hubs there, your splines, the spline hub. Actually, you loosen those bolts up, you can slide the tractor tires in or out for a narrow or wide tread. The rims on this are shot. It had calcium in it at one time probably. There's nothing in there now, but right around the tire valve on both rims, it's chunked out pretty bad. They're holding air. They've been holding air for years, so it's not leaking or anything. But you're gonna either need new rims or weld in some replacement steel in those rims there and grind it back out. Everything else looks good though, other than that on the rims. But both tires here, I'll see if you can see the other one here really quick. Where is it? Let's see. Hold on. There you go. See, the other one's got the same kind of a spot around the tube. Whatchamacallit there. So anyway, so the cast centers are all good. No cracks or anything. It does have the power control on the back. Okay. I don't know if it works or not. I don't have anything to hook up to it, to the remotes here. It does have the rear light. Obviously needs a new light, but it's got the pedestal for the light. That's all correct. Get a new light from Steiner's. They're not that expensive. Seat's got some rust through on it, so I'd get a new seat. But brakes work good. I live on a pretty steep hill. I've been up and down the driveway a couple times on this. The brakes work really good. All the gears work. It seems to keep popping out of the low range. When I put it in reverse or first and go real slow, it pops out of the low range. And I don't know if that's just because it's been sitting for so long and the trans needs to be cleaned up. But other than that, in the high range, everything's good. It doesn't pop out of gear at all. I've been up and down, like I said, my driveway's real steep, and I've gotten up and down there in fourth gear with no problem. Sheet metal is okay. It's pitted. It could be cleaned up here. There is one hole here. I don't know what that's from. I was in there when I got the tractor. Somebody got mad at it or shot it or something, but obviously didn't shoot it because it would have gone into the tank. But other than that, I think something fell on it, put a hole in it, but that could be banged back out and welded up really quick with a MIG welder or something. Sheet metal in the front, it's here, it's okay. It needs to be cleaned up. It's got some dent in here. It could be cleaned up. I don't know if they sell the reproduction. I know they sell the screens in here, but they sell some tools to actually straighten this stuff out. There's a company on the internet. Front nose piece is pretty good shape. This grill screen is about the same. It's just got a lot of flaky painted, the rust coming through on it. Pretty much the way I got the tractor many years ago. I've got too many. I just don't have time to do these anymore. Let's see, the front wheels. This rim here is shot pretty much, so you need a new rim up front, or you want to fix that one, you can put a patch in there. It's no big deal. Tires are pretty much dry, and this one's flat, but it's still rolling around. This one here is, again, the tire is dry rotted, but it's holding air. This one's been holding air forever. It's still good. So other than that, it's a pretty decent tractor. I got all the hard stuff done. Somebody just come in here and blast her now quick and give her a paint job real quick and do some sheet metal work, and you're good. So let's start it up really quick. What we're gonna do is, because the battery is weak, I'm gonna open up the petcocks here. All right, and that just lets off some of the compression. All right, so we just turn that open here, and then all you do is give yourself a little bit of throttle, so you're not on. You can see down here. Where is you? There you go. You can see I just open up the throttle about halfway, something like that. All right, and then you just push on this lever right here. Okay, if your battery's ever dead, there is a crank tool you can get. Actually, I think I might even have one. I'll throw in. I don't think it's an original one, but I have one that'll work on this if I can find it. If not, oh well. But anyway, you put it in here, you can turn this thing over by hand. But anyway, so the starter does work. The battery's good enough. We'll give it a push now. When you're sitting in the seat, you got your choke right around the corner here. Oh, sorry about the video, but pull your choke out. But I just drove it down there, so it shouldn't need a choke. But you just got to step on your, when you're up in the tractor, step on your pedal here, or just stand next to it, stand away from the flywheel, obviously. It's like a little buzzsaw, and give her a push. Yeah, we do need a little choke. She's been sitting out here for a little bit. Give her a little choke. There we go. She's nice and poppy. Oh, sorry about that. I think I'm not out of gas. There we go. Nice and poppy. Got some good compression in her. Sorry about the noise. Just shut your valve there. There you go. She's running good. So I've only had it running maybe an hour since we put the engine all back together. So. There we go. I'll pick up the speed for you a little bit. I don't know if you can hear it running decent or not in the video, but that's pretty much it. She runs good, nice and poppy, plenty of compression. You can hear it blowing out of the petcocks there with the pressure relief valves, whatever you want to call them. She runs good, doesn't smoke. Like I said, it's only been maybe an hour and a half. I let it run in the driveway one day. Just let her break in a little bit, so she'll need a little more time. But I did drive up the driveway, steep hill, and it was no problem. She handled it nice. So that's pretty much it. All right, and thanks a lot. Take care.